Welcome to Conversations with Laurel, everyone. I am your host, Laurel McHargue, and today I have a guest whose writing absolutely blew me away. Cedric Muhikira, welcome to Conversations with Laurel.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
You are so very welcome. Let me just say right off the book, right off the book, right off the start, your book, LIBAAX, Grow
Yeah,
Your Roots Where You Land, is
mm,
absolutely stunning.
thank you.
So you had me at the dedication. You have a page and a half dedication that absolutely drew me in and made me know that I was going to love this read.
Oh,
So I guess my first question to you, Cedric, is where did you learn to write like this?
right. So I initially start with reading, because reading changed lives and changed mine. So falling in love with reading, then I was like, let me maybe put on the pages my journey, my friend's journey, so those writing can help another person. As for example, Frederick Douglass. He's a famous, he was a
Yes.
slave, he
Yeah.
was uneducated, and then he found books for some reasons. Then he started reading, people showed him, and then changed his whole situation, showed him he can help other slaves. So in my case, I wanted to show the immigrants, the journey, the reasoning, and the troubles, everything. Yeah.
And you, for listeners and viewers out there, you are an immigrant from Somalia to Chicago, yes?
So I am actually from Rwanda.
Rwanda.
uh, East Africa. I wrote about Somalia, where we're both on East Africa, but we share similar stories, struggles, third world countries, lack of necessities. So yeah, I wanted to pick another country, just advocate for them as well. And I live in Detroit.
Right, Detroit right now. So you you use brilliant figurative language in here. Every sentence surprises me. Every sentence surprises me. I smiled through this whole book. I mean,
Mm.
not I mean, there were some very poignant parts, but may I read a
Right.
passage from your book
Mm.
that to just to give our listeners an idea of the beauty of your prose? Okay, we're talking about your first airborne jump, okay? Your leap into the sky. And
Right.
we could talk a little bit about that because I have my airborne wings from the Army. All right, let me just read this.
Mm.
The fall was chaos incarnate. Air screamed past him, a banshee's wail that drowned out thought, his body tumbling like a leaf caught in a monsoon. For a heartbeat, terror reigned. What the hell am I doing? His mind clawing for the solid ground of Detroit's cracked streets, the hum of his motorcycle LIBAAX, the pulse of a club where his turntables spun stories. Below, the earth unfurled, fields stitched in emerald and gold, rivers glinting like veins of mercury, the distant smudge of the city he'd claimed as his own. Somalia flickered in his soul, dusty Mogadishu alleys, his mother's spice scented laugh, the ghost of a father lost to pirate seas. And here he was, no longer tethered to that past, no longer caged by the present. The sky didn't care about his visa stamps or his heartbreak over Isabelle's gentle no. It was raw, indifferent, and in its embrace, Ion felt something crack open inside him, a chrysalis splitting to reveal wings he hadn't known he'd grown. Oh my gosh, I have goosebumps.
Wow. Yeah, it's an incredible journey, especially for like I migrated when I was 25 years old, so I have this cultural background, the language, and then thinking of this new place we only know of from the movies and the news. So now being, that you're going to be there, have to speak English all the time so people can understand you. Yeah, it's really a heavy feeling, especially not knowing people, the community who you're gonna go with. Yeah, it's quite shocking.
Do you find writing English easier than speaking it? Because again, your prose are brilliant.
Right, right. So I also give credits to my editor. She did an amazing job. I gave her a manuscript. Everything was everywhere. And then she went through it, revised it with me. So she did a good job with the writing. But though, I think writing is more easier because you sit down, you scratch off whatever sounds wrong than speaking because everything is out now. You're not gonna bring it back.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You can think more and longer. And I mean, I use a thesaurus. I use all kinds of things. It's the editing process is huge
Right.
and time consuming and the most important part, I think.
Yes.
Um, so Ayan,
Mm.
he is you in many ways.
Well, so I went out to act Ayan as portraying this character to other immigrants to give us hope, to give us college. So let me actually go out and then be Ayan. He was a DJ, so I went out, be a DJ, meet other young people, create the community, and I was actually playing songs of in Detroit. They usually play techno. And I was going with a little of Kwarami sound. It's like a Somali sound. So people will really hear the difference and then they'll be noticing that there is an immigrant or some person with a different sound. So we make them ask you, how are you? And then you have an accent. Then you'd be like, oh, now we see you. Yeah.
Music brings people together, and we'll get to that a little bit later because I want to read another passage again. So,
Right.
have you jumped out of airplanes?
Yes, yes.
How many times?
Well, so actually one time, though I went out to fly a small single engine plane like two times. I did the other 22 helicopter. It's like really small. Yeah, I was like having fun, adventure. Like, as Ayan, he's an outgoing guy, bringing the immigrants out. We don't have to hide. We need to like live lives as Ayan. So I was doing as he's saying in the book.
So again, I mean, that passage that I read about the jump, and again, I had 5 jumps in the army, and
Oh,
the
wow.
first one was horrifying and thrilling. I mean, just basically like you wrote it. I mean, it really,
Right,
that feeling of exhilaration and then a bit of fear and what the hell am I doing?
right,
I
right,
I
right,
had
right,
I had no choice, and my first landing was very lovely. My night jump was not so lovely, but yeah, just that feeling of freedom and
right.
letting go of everything because you have to.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's actually so you did well, I did the tandem, so there was a guy. I was attached to a
Yep.
guy, so I
Yep.
was more more safe. But again, I felt everything. Yeah,
Yeah, you captured that absolutely beautifully.
right,
Um, so I, so did you not want to write an autobiography? It feels very personal, it feels autobiographical. Did you not want to
right.
write an autobiography? Was it easier
No.
to write a fiction? I mean, this is autobiographical in nature, right?
Yes, yes, yes. So because I use my friends' stories, so I can have this broader exposure. And again, I talk about people in the book, like Isabella. So if there is a Isabella in my life, she's gonna be like, oh man, he's talking about me in this bad way. So I was trying to stay away from the book.
That makes sense. My first novel, Miss, was based on my
Mm.
first year of teaching seventh grade English. And some people ask me, why didn't you write an autobiography? It's easier to put your experiences onto a fictional character because you can embellish then and you can change
Yeah.
things and yeah.
Right, right.
So I have another why question. So when I
Mm,
looked at your cover,
yes.
LIBAAX, grow
Mm,
your roots where you land. Why did
mm,
you choose this cover? Because this, when I first saw the cover,
mm,
I thought this is really dark, right? I mean,
right,
and you've got the character there, with the weapon, and
right.
the prose inside are so beautiful and light. So there's a
Mm.
little. Why did you choose this image for your cover?
Right. So immigrant, people don't really know you, so you might be seen as maybe a dark guy or terrifying of everything, but inside you're really a human being. You have these feelings and the emotions, and yeah, you're just a person. So that was my first part, just to show the emotion side of us, even if people just don't see it directly, they just assume yeah, you just an immigrant. And then another part was to show the masculinity of the guy, Ayan. He's this powerful guy. He went through struggles, but he still have these feelings inside him, emotions. He breaks down. And so I wanted to show the other side of this masculinity guy, that he's like really an emotional person out there as anybody else.
Yes. So in a way, you can't judge a book by its cover because
Right.
if I were to have judged this book by the cover, I would have said, "Oh, this is going to be um, dark." Um, and it wasn't. So that's
No.
that's beautiful. The outside and judging the outside, and yeah,
Hmm.
that okay. I like it. I like that. Wow. Talk about feelings of invisibility.
Right. Yeah. Starting from the language itself, we are always almost understood. Like I speak to a person, but you're not there yet. The person cannot even listen to you. So there's this dismissal. If a person hear the accent, it's like their brain freezes. It's like they don't want to hear anything you say afterwards.
Mhm.
So as a person talking, it comes to you feel not seen, people don't want to hear you, and then it makes people want to hide. I don't want to talk anymore because it will reveal my accent. Then people will run away from me. Yeah, so that's why I always say we don't have to pause our lives so our accent gets better to go out and mingle. We just have to go out there, and who listen to us, we listen, and then who doesn't, we're not, but we need to continue living, not just in hiding.
And that's what Ion does. And again, he
Mm.
starts off, your main character, Ion, he starts off, scrubbing greasy dishes and, just being overlooked.
Right, right.
Um, yeah, and his journey to find himself and to
Mm.
feel good about himself, really.
Right, right,
Yeah, I mean, so many things. And this is not a huge book, right? I mean,
right.
it's what 100, somewhat pages, but
Mm.
you cover so much in it. Talking about Kroger's endless aisles.
Right.
I get overwhelmed still when I go into pretty much any store here.
Mm.
It it still feels, I'm going to say it still feels obscene when I
Right.
see aisles and aisles of sugar and junk and I know that people are starving.
Mm.
Have you ever gotten used to this?
Well, I mean, even today, I still cook like East African cuisine. I did try lasagna, mac and cheese. Those are like my go-to to a potluck if we have a party. But every other American food, I'm still not really used to it. Yeah, but though the Kroger experience was real, going through the cereal aisle. Like everything looks similar. And So you end up picking just a bread or something, a bread, milk, juice. It'd be like, oh man, maybe somebody will show me next time what to pick or what to eat or things like that.
Tell me what your typical meal is that you prepare from your
Mm.
home.
So usually I love rice, sweet potatoes, chicken, and beans. So everything else can revolve around those four main things. Yeah, but
Spices? How about spices?
well, I'm not like a spicy person, but yeah, we do have some really nice spices. And really nice tea. Like Rwanda is one of the we actually our AKA is 1,000 hills country. So you have like hills on the hills. So when German were in Rwanda colonizing, so they thought coffee was like the best thing to plant. And then Rwanda ended up being like one of the best coffee growing country. So today, actually, if you get a chance, try Rwandan coffee.
Okay.
You're gonna love it.
All right. Hmm. Sounds good. I've recently switched to tea, but yeah, I'm always up to trying new flavors, new tastes.
Right,
No.
right.
Yeah.
Mm,
Um, in your story, LIBAAX, which is the
mm,
name of the motorcycle that
right.
Ayan rides, and
Yeah.
again, something else to give him a sense of freedom and independence, which is
Mm,
great. There's a character, Marcus.
yes.
Talk a little bit about him. And I guess what I'd like to know is why do you think Marcus mentors
Mm.
Ayan?
Yeah. So Marcus, as another person in the Western world, experienced. He was into his 50s, so he saw a lost young guy and nothing to do. He's just out there. Then he felt empathy, compassionate about this being into the new world with nothing to do. So he was riding motorcycle. He told Diane, let me introduce you to some other thing to take your mind off these worries you're not gonna solve in one day. So he take him out, I gave him a small motorcycle, show him to ride. So he gave him another sense of freedom. There's another person who cares about me, especially Ayan, the time he was going through this identity crisis, thinking Isabella was not loving him because maybe an outsider, he's an accent, so he was feeling really closed off the new world. So Marcus really brought him back in, just showed him motorcycle, take him to skydiving later
Yeah.
on. Yeah, it was this an elder gentleman just helping Ayan around.
Do you have a mentor when you came to Chicago?
Well, so I actually had a lot of people that I talked, but not just specifically a mentor, but I had a lot of programs, like people, ESA, I was one of them. My English was not like, as good as I would say today. So I had people teaching me and yeah, people telling me about the credit score, which we don't use back in our country. Yeah, I did have the knowledges from here and there, but I chose Marcus as one person, so it doesn't have to be billions of people helping you, how one person can change your life. That's why I chose to just pick a single person to in the book.
Okay. All right. That makes great sense. Yeah.
Mm.
May I read another passage?
Yes.
All right. All right. This one is about your music
Mm.
or Ayan's music.
Right.
Okay. His set began gently, a single Somali horn curling through the air like tendrils of smoke, evocative of wind-swept deserts and ancestral whispers. Slowly, deliberately, he wove in the pulse of techno, its relentless throb grounding the melody in the grit and rhythm of the city. Layer by layer, he built a soundscape that was both vast and intimate, desert and skyline, tradition and rebellion, the weight of his past and promise of his future, all distilled into a single soaring moment.
Mm.
I want to hear your Somali techno sound. How can I hear this? I mean, again, you weave your prose so beautifully. It
Right,
makes me want to be there with the crowd cheering and dancing. I love to dance. And I could feel that energy and that excitement. And
right.
is there somewhere I can hear this?
Actually, I do have yeah, I have some audios. I think I'll have to send you on the email. Maybe you can even publish my
Link?
on podcast too.
Is there a link to it that I could listen to something?
Yeah, it's one of my sets. I did have different sets, so then they recorded them on my flash disk. But yeah, I'm gonna send you a little of the music on the side. Maybe you can
Okay.
even play them over the this video.
I would, that's a challenge for me. I will try to do that. I would love to do that. Yes. Yeah.
Or maybe we can just publish whatever the little
Or how,
website. They
yeah.
can see the music.
I'll figure out a way. I want to share this sound with everyone
Yes,
who's watching today because again,
absolutely.
the beauty of your lyrics, the sound of your music, I can almost hear it. I think I can almost hear it, but I want to hear it.
Right,
I
right,
really
right.
do.
Especially, yes, the message was like not letting go of the Somali culture as a young, just to play techno, as Detroit is a techno city, so everybody plays techno. So Ayan could have been easier just playing techno, but he want to also bring in his somebody sounds so it sounds so different and people will be attentive and then acknowledge him, which makes him feel visible, not as he was in his job where people don't see him and as a human being, I would say.
Yes, he is no longer invisible when he's mixing his music and
Right.
get I mean, music moves people physically, literally
Correct.
moves people and spiritually and in the heart. It's such a strong way of communicating.
Mm,
So yeah, I really want to hear this. Um,
yeah.
on your back cover of
Mm,
LIBAAX, it says that this book is for dreamers and outsiders, resonating with anyone who's felt out of place.
mm.
Do you do you still feel out of place sometimes? You
Well,
personally?
not as much as in the past. Now I have a job, I go to school, I have a DJing community. I have now a lot of people that it wasn't before, but during COVID, it was a really total isolation. And for a person who has no one's
Mm.
gonna call you, no one's gonna knock on your door. It was a really terrible situation to be in. That's what really brought that sense of being lost, like, not really, nobody really knows you. But again, the world opened back up, and then Ayan moved out to mingle and then create society. And then for the other immigrants or the person who feel out of place, they will read the story of Ayan and understand he was into the same dark spot. And then afterwards, he come out strong. So there's a sense of hope from where any person can be in life, regardless a foreigner or just an American who feels outside that like people don't see him or her.
You did it beautifully. Do you ever go back home?
I have not been yet in 6 years, but I FaceTime with my mom. We use WhatsApp, speak to her. Yeah, she's good. She give me all the news and everything.
Again, this book is it's a sensory smorgasbord, right? And what I mean by that is you hit all the senses. I can almost smell the tea, the spice of your mother, the or Ayan's mother, right?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, this book is absolutely gorgeous. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience, the book? I mean, and this is a debut novel. This is a
Right, yes,
debut novel.
yes.
This is your first one.
Yeah, it's my first one. I have other more projects I'm thinking of. Like now we are developing IANs, all these lost immigrants or any other people. Now once they realize their specials, their capabilities, now what else can we do? Now we will shift our focus to the continent of Africa. We have a lot of starving kids, a lot of jobless people, I would say. And then if we have a lot of army of IANs, we're gonna go back and then help these at the continent, which is has 1.6 billion people, and then the uh the population, the young people are the 30 years of age, like going back to 18 is close to 60%. So we have a lot of young people who have nothing to do, like they're just jobless out there. So that will be my next focus after working with the IAN project.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that you're continuing with it because again,
Mm.
it's absolutely worth reading. Any shout outs, any people you would like to acknowledge? You
Yes,
mentioned
of
your
course.
editor.
Yes, my editor did a really, really good job. My cousin, of course, Bertrand and Akim, Mariah. Yeah, those were like people that were there, like working with me along this journey.
All right. Well, listeners out there, we've been listening to Cedric Muhikira, the
Yes.
book LIBAAX, Grow Your Roots Where You Land, quite literally.
Mm.
I will have links below for you to follow Cedric and to buy his book. And if you like this show, like and subscribe, of course. And Cedric, this has been delightful. I can't wait till your next book comes out. Please keep writing. Thank you for visiting with me and stay awesome. I hope you'll contact me when your next one is ready and we'll do this again because I will certainly continue to read your work.
Yes, absolutely. And thank you for sharing our stories. The immigrant, we are not just immigrant, we are here doing things. So yeah, thank you as well. It was really pleasure talking to you.
Thank you so much again. And again, people out there, please share this. Please share this with everyone you know. And we'll see you next time when I have another fascinating guest. Bye.